Hey, no one ever said I couldn't use it. And yes, I am the damn storm as approaching to it. Welcome to another episode, everybody. This is the final two chapters of this fanfic. Then it's the reviews, and then it's our own world building. So anyways, let me welcome in my guest.
Sveiki.
Sveiki. Next up, the only person whose intro doesn't get me the only other person whose intro doesn't get this thing claimed. Ninja. Yours is the shortest of the intros.
Yeah. Also, I actually did find a good intro for Latvian Dragon when we do the Warhammer one.
Oh no, I saw.
Essentially, it's from TTS, from the Tabletop Adventure, and it involves a dragon torching somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
might change.
Oh my god! I remember that.
I probably could change it to that. I do. I
thought
like the smog one, but I don't want your videos always getting claimed.
Well, you could use the How Should Have Ended smog from Unexpected Journey, where it's like, oh, thanks a lot, Gandalf.
Well, Dragon List. Even if I changed your intros, I already have my set, and they're already claims. Like they're set claims, so essentially I don't care.
All right, whatever.
It's like it's as if I was going. It's as if I look to be monetized in the future, anyways.
How would this show get monetized? That would be hilarious.
I don't know. I had a significant enough influence to make YouTube look the other way.
Yeah, we're gonna be such an influence, right? Reviewing terrible fanfics, which the internet totally loves.
Yeah, who cares?
Like I said, if I get to 100 subs, I will read My Immortal, and it'll be fun.
Oh, I want to join in on the fun. I get to put on some goth clothes, be all goth. I want to get my my Cocoa Puffs mixed with blood.
It's like
Cocoa Puffs mixed with that. That doesn't taste good.
It's like I watched a bit of a historian reading. I watched a bit of internet historian reading that, and my god, it sounded awful.
Oh, yeah. It's hilariously bad. The first half is hilariously bad, and then the second half is boring, but more interesting than this fanfic. And then there's an entire chapter that either somebody wrote or something where the story makes fun of itself hard.
It's like when it comes to this story, one of the first things that's like, okay, it's like chapter 3. The first thing she does in the morning is slit her wrist. I'm like, okay, wow, taking it from 10 to 1. Talk about taking it from 1 to talk about taking it from 10 to 100 already, man. Anyways,
all right.
Oh, Leaf Village destroyed.
If there's another reference to Drake, still no Josh.
So Itachi's the
older brother of Sasuke, who's strangely missing. I mean,
oh yeah, what happened to Sasuke? Yeah,
I don't know.
Minor character, very minor character. So.
Yeah, listen. Listen. This is what I could say regarding Sasuke.
Through the magic of the druids.
Yeah. You're muted, Wolf.
There we go. It's because my computer's lagging behind regarding on StreamYard. So
Oh, the village have actually been fallen, and Itachi is kind of depressed. Man, it's like that moment from TFS Helsing. It's like, oh yeah, when you betrayed all your country, your family, for a little bit of power.
and okay, I'm still looking. I'm looking at all of this. Okay, so the Leaf Village, you're dead or being slaves. Name's cool. Okay, so they're gonna try to
took a sniper shot at.
what?
Who shot him?
What?
Let's go down.
What?
We need to go down.
How? Wait, what? Wait, how did he know he was planning on betraying him? It's like, okay, so well, that was intense. And he had a plan, and then next thing you know, they already figured out that they were planning on betraying him. As I said, they literally did they go to the Light Yagami School of Tactics, where the true key to strategy isn't being smart; it's just reading a plot.
Oh yes, have a seat, young Itachi.
And then he dead because. Also, what kind of high-power sniper rifle? How do you have a high-power sniper rifle? By the way, if this is some semi-auto 50 caliber and bullshit, there's this thing is, semi-autos are awful sniper rifles. Bolt actions are the superior.
Yeah, but I don't know why you would use a shotgun as a sniper rifle.
I don't know. Ask Replica how he sucks with the Halo shotgun.
Don't. Whatever. All right, let's move on.
So yeah. So
okay, yeah. Wait, as the gunfire was hit by the nearby firing range, what? And they got headshots. Okay.
Boom! Headshot.
Okay. Using the old, the sick, and the young and the sick as a cannon fire. Tactics been used before against us and has failed. Unless the flocks. What is this again? I keep forgetting what the heck this is. Make them slaves.
Here's Servant of God 777. Who the fuck uses a semi-auto sniper rifle of all things?
Servant, that's just the tip of the crap iceberg.
However, even in the modern day era, semi-autos still have yet to surpass bolt actions.
Bolt actions is way superior and cooler, okay? A bolt action is way cooler.
It's like, I would say it's regarding like semi-autos versus bolt actions, this is the entire bow versus crossbow argument all over again, except this time if the bow made a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Like that, like a semi-auto is heavy. Since it's now self-loading, it means it's a bit bigger because it's a couple more mechanisms to it. This is direct contrast to semi-auto bolt actions, which are smaller.
What the?
Okay. The ones who did were beaten or nailed across.
So Hinata's their house slave?
It's nailed to the cross.
Oh Jesus!
Wait, what? I'm looking further ahead, and it's.
Well, you're.
Oh my. Servant. This has already been done. 10 times fold.
Okay, so now Naruto's family are Roman.
They're slave owners. They have Hinata as their slave.
Okay, servants. This is the final 2 chapters, and he said that his established base for guns was Civil War era.
Um,
So just remember this. Just
You
remember with Civil
originally-
War.
yeah. You
And then he
originally
kept
thought
go- and then he kept going stupider by then giving them Gatling guns that were portable, machine guns.
Torch armor. Don't forget about the torch armor.
Oh, it's torch armor, which is essentially flamethrower armor, but shoots Greek fire.
And Hephaestus armor, which is basically Full Metal Alchemist
Automails.
automails, without the drawbacks of phantom limb syndrome.
Phantom Limb Syndrome.
Because, and here it is, painkillers. They used painkillers to solve a problem of offensive pain. Like, that will actually help.
And they're big fans of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Flash is weak. Anyway,
Okay, so, okay, I have a quick question to ask. If Naruto learned that he could use his chakra to make his plants grow faster in the garden, why didn't the entirety of the Leaf Village think of that so that they were, like, why did they think, why don't we just use our chakra to speed up the process of growing plants? It's like if one kid saw this stuff, you would think every single one of them would think we could just use our chakra to speed up the growing of plants, right? So we don't have to starve, but we actually have a source of income, so we can just import this stuff.
Time is up. No, I don't think that's how slavery really worked in the Roman world. It's not time is up. It's usually you are given some people give the opportunity to pay for their debts.
Yeah, no, you're either let go by your master or you pay off your debt.
But sometimes you're not even given the opportunity to pay off your debt. Unless you are you're a slave because of a debt that you owe.
Yeah.
Not when you're a prisoner of war.
Yeah, anyways,
And wouldn't it just be easier to have, like, I don't know, a brand on her instead of a chakra necklace, chakra collar?
It's supposed to prevent her from using her chakra, but even then, that's to assume that she's gonna fight back and win.
What the fuck is going on?
I know, right? Anyways, okay, author's notes. The ninjas are good at sensing danger, but unlike infection, you don't sense someone aiming a high-powered sniper rifle at you. Unless you're lucky to have the first shot miss, you have time to dive for cover. As many soldiers and snipers will tell you that people don't just sense a sniper rifle unless they're lucky to see a glint of light or the shot misses. The thing is, there's a lot of factors coming into aiming a sniper, because first off, you have to be far away. If you're a type person that killed
Second off, you can't be noticed. And also, so if Itachi, right, if you set up that Itachi was wanting to backstab the Romans somehow, right?
Mm-hmm.
You would think that he would be paranoid enough not to put him in such an obvious place where there's a window behind him or a slot that he can snipe through. Somebody could snipe through the door to hit him. Because snipers don't have infrared. Unless we're going to say they have infrared eyes.
Okay, and now... So it means you're shooting from a distance. Now then, bullets can travel like 500 meters before they inevitably start to lose speed and become affected to gravity. You're going to be adjusting for distance. Then you also have to take account of wind speed. That's a major factor as well, because that will cause your bullet to drag. So, how is this possible? Never mind. Sure, the ninjas can feel the massive ninja armor and only they throw everything into it, from the old and young to the ones who aren't trained for combat. So the true fighting strength of the ninja skill military only has a small number of battle-ready ninjas who are fully trained for combat. So it's easy for the Roman army to send all their non-combat troops, the desk clerks, engineers, cooks, and other supplies they have. Okay. Does anyone here remember how drafting works and how effective the soldiers who were drafted were? You know, people with no combat experience whatsoever, and they were suddenly drafted into the military.
I don't know. They will have 0.
Mm-hmm.
Ninja?
What? Sorry, I'm actually paying attention. There was actually some constructive criticism actually provided about the way you use title cards on that we can talk later.
All right, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, but so what was it? Okay.
Yeah, right here. Besides, it's easy for the Roman army to send all their non-combat troops. Decks, clerks, engineers, cooks, and others into battles. They only have to give out a gun for them to shoot.
Hey, here's the thing. That's all armies. That's everyone. Like, everyone involved. Same would apply to the ninjas. That's just war. That's how war works. Like, and plus, at this point, you would think that, like, okay, we're gonna have to survive a siege with the Roman army. We are great at stealth. Guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna take their weapons first.
Which is what they tried to do, but then they caught on and killed Itachi and Kisame. Because apparently that didn't work either. And they can't get in close here because then they'll see them coming from miles away. Because they can read the plot.
Yeah, whatever. It's
compared to ninjas who have to be trained for the common fight effectively. Like how a modern army could do the same, Anthony is great enough. Okay, so here is a final chapter of this fanfic. Read it in, folks, because that's the last we'll be reading of this fic. Calm Before the Storm 2. This time we'll actually read it. So no more summarizing, we're gonna read this.
Who wants to do the honors?
I'll be reading the descriptions. Ninja and Latvian, you'll be doing conversation. So if there's back and forth conversations, you get to choose who you want to voice.
Okay. Okay. As long as okay, the snake guy is in it, I'm probably gonna voice him.
Drake sat next to the samurai general Mifune, who came to the Roman stronghold for peace talks. With the lords of the lands cutting off funding to the ninja villages, higher ninjas have dropped. The samurais have become worried about their position in the land of iron. So Mifune decided to visit the Romans to see for himself, taking along a squad of his samurais with them. Okay. Currently, he's watching as Urakaku and Okisuke prepare themselves to fight against one of the Sonoran soldiers trained in melee combat. He has seen what the guns can do as they have allowed the Romans to destroy 2 ninja villages, but he wants to see how well they would do in an old-fashioned duel. They're soon joined by Crocker, who took the empty seat now new to Drake. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. It says new.
Alright.
Anyways,
New instead of near
Oh,
or next.
Who wants to read? Okay, now who wants to read Mifune's dialogue?
All right, me.
Okay,
you're just having one soldier against 2 of my best.
Mifune asked Drake.
One is all that is needed.
Drake
answered. Don't. Don't think we're full of ourselves. All the soldiers and non-combat personnel are trained to fight if there is a need. Everyone that made landfall have been trained for just about anything.
Crocker explains.
Train in using those guns?
Yes. All have been trained, even my personal staff and myself, in case we ever need to call in anyone who can fire.
Also, someone just joined us. Please welcome a good friend of mine.
I am so sorry that I am late.
You didn't miss much. Well, other than Hanada is now the house slave. Now.
Ah,
Anyways, so now we got our person to read a dialogue. So Ninja and Meta, you're gonna have to choose who will read Drake and who will read Crocker's dialogue in this conversation.
Oh, I thought they were all Drake. Both Drake. Okay.
You know.
I called Drake.
Okay, because for Drake, for me and I did for both Drake and Crocker. I am sounding like this. Besides, it's far easier for someone to kill a trained fighter with a gun than trying to fight on their terms.
I would like to point you to every person that's been given a gun and then barely given any training and seen how that went against trained personnel.
Sounds like redneck. Sounds like redneck hillbillies.
All right, Mifune, Latvian.
Alright, let me. Which is why you Romans have been able to beat the ninjas so easily.
Mifune,
This is a Drake paragraph.
my God,
Drake.
that's a mouthful. Like, my God, lady, looking at this makes me want to go. Oh, this makes me want to go.
That never gets old.
All right, let's test it out, shall we?
Yeah.
And we have never fought a full-scale battle without having the battlefield on our terms. During the attack on water, we sent a strike team of ninjas and soldiers to get all the mist ninjas' attention while we set up the long-range weapons, and for the rest of the soldiers to fight the weakened ninjas. After learning from that attack, we just used flying jitsu to bomb the leaf, never getting low enough for the ninjas to attack back and setting the forest on fire around the village. I used the terrain to our advantage by sending a place of the mountain down the village, then opening fire with the cannons. We know that the ninjas are going to launch their attack with no tall grasses where the ninjas won't be able to hid. Not even rocks have been left for them to use for cover. With 2 air patrols daily, both on land and on the sea, the ninjas won't be able to sneak up on us.
So somebody read their first chapter of Sun Tzu.
Sun Tzu. Yeah.
The art of the art of war. Do not remember to protect your anus in jail, otherwise you'll be penetrated.
All right. Here's my. I first know from Sun Tzu because of the soldier from Team Fortress 2. All right. Okay.
Next up is a Mifune.
Yes, I know. Yes, I have found out on the open plain ninjas aren't that hard to beat. In the forested areas, the ninjas can jump all around freely.
Jutsus, my good sir, jutsus.
I'm trying to give him an accent since he's a Japanese.
Boy, yes, I have found that on open plains. Ninjas aren't that hard to beat. In forested areas, the ninjas can jump around freely.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Anyways, next up, okay. Mifune said, remembering how many ninjas just couldn't fight as good as they should without the trees or anything large to hide behind. I still remember the Fortunovi World War having mostly an open plain battlefield. But here, listen. The only reason that the ninjas would actually lose is because
Through
of the
magic of the druids.
Mystery of the Druids. They are.
that's the only reason that they would lose is through the magic of the Druids, which apparently was powerful enough to affect them.
Well, actually, remember these are Roman Druids, not
Oh, sorry.
not the real Druids.
Yeah, no, there are extreme versions.
I don't even know what.
Oh
jutsu-
god, no. Okay, Mifune said, remembering how many ninjas just could. Said ninjas could, but only because of the desert made sure of that.
Sand ninjas. What is
Sand.
this?
Sand. You got that right.
Well, and Anakin will will be scared and feared to fight them.
That's how you defeat Darth Vader. You put him in. You have him face sand ninjas.
Actually, you know what's something funny? The sand trooper, you know what? I'm gonna make a joke. No, the sand troopers were created by Vader specifically because he didn't want to step foot on any planet that has sand on it.
That makes too much sense.
Yes.
That's what it's-
I hate sand. It's coarse, rough, and cuts everywhere.
All right,
Like
that line is overused and
No,
basically misunderstand, but
it's still very-
it's still funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
Listen, it's two things. You need two things to defeat Darth Vader: sand and high ground.
Yes.
Yeah, all
In
right.
fact, I remember
Okay.
seeing this one meme where the rebel he's currently choking says, "I are what? I have the high ground." Don't we want to tell everyone?
All
Yeah.
right.
All you have to
Oh.
do is fight Darth Vader in a sand dune.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
next,
Kratos is mentioned.
Oh, great.
stepping on-
Remember
Stepping onto the-
Kratos?
Yeah,
stepping onto the fighting ring, Kratos, the weapon trainer, prepared himself for the fight. He's armed with a gladius and a tower shield. He's protected by a set of standard Roman armor. Heavy. Hang on. I got ping. Hang on. Let me check it for a minute. Anyways, they had, all of which are made out of the alloy titanium the Romans learned to mass produce. There's Urakaku nodded to Okisuke, who stepped into the ring. Okisuke was puzzled by the large sheet of metal Kratos is using to protect himself with. You know, as much as I hate Kratos, I think you should at least respect his badassery. I think you should respect him enough to allow him to fight in nothing but a skirt.
Yes.
It's like,
Yeah,
at least
and only using either two overly large swords and or an axe.
Or
Yeah.
the swords with chains. That
Well, that's
are
the
on
reference.
fire.
yeah, that's a reference. It's like at least respect him enough to allow him that dignity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At
Instead,
least let him
no.
go down with glory.
It's like I feel like you're just making him. It's like, as much as I hate him, I think he should at least respect the fact he did this. That was pretty cool for him to do.
If he's gonna go down like a warrior, let him go down with a warrior with his own weapon.
Instead, what he's gonna do is that the two samurai are gonna like stand there posing. All he has to do: push shield, guns, boom, boom.
I'm so
Anyways,
also
anyways,
Urakaraka.
The
You know
rules
what
been
that
laid down
reference?
to. You would have liked to use his chakra skills, but the rules been laid down to him and Urokaku. They couldn't use any chakra sword moves. It should be a show of strength and skill, no flash, just a bang. But
What?
wouldn't technically using your chakra be a show of skill and strength?
And also, he's giving him a gun.
Wait, what? Hang on. He let out a war cry, swinging his sword, which bounced off Kratos' shield. The enemy was met with Kratos slamming his shield into him repeatedly, setting him back, followed by more shield slamming. Okisuke found himself being beaten back as the wide shield continued to slam into him. Then he found himself falling backwards as he fell off the raised fighting arena. Okisuke got up on the ground, looked at his sword, and frowned, seeing it been chipped. Well, yeah, katanas are not supposed to. Next!
But
Alright.
also, that's not how sword fights would go. They would not. They would not slam their sword against the shield like an idiot.
That and
They know the logic of
that
the
and, like,
idea of they have
is-
concepts of shields.
that and this is kind of unfair to have Kratos really with the one with the shield and not have the samurai elf be at least given the option of a shield.
Yeah.
It's like doesn't it seem like a bit unfair? Because I'm pretty sure that even Roman
I feel like
gladiatorial
they did
fights
give
had
it an option, but they refused.
like I'm pretty sure that even during like fights of show, they at least gave the ability to like even out the playing field.
Yeah, they allow the fighters. I think they allow gladiators to pick out their equipment.
Yeah, that's like you can use any kind of equipment. Hey, you may even use chain swords if you wish. try to be all gross.
All right, let me do the best impression of Kratos. Oh wait. Next.
Alright. Alright.
Urakaku, seeing how strong that sheet of metal is to achieve
Alright.
Ukisuki's sword, knows not to try to cut through that piece of metal. He remained where he stood while Kratos did the same. Ukisuki, wait. I'm just gonna ignore this.
It's a horrible written sword fight.
Yep.
It's
Yeah, but-
damaged by Kratos' sword. No, that's not how metals work.
If fighting expert was here, he's probably gonna cut the creator's head off.
That's not let fighting expert know of this. I'll let him know of, like, I'll probably tell him, but that's not letting him know for now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Well, let him not know this.
You know, he probably. It's like it
Yeah,
feels-
writing a sword fight is kind of difficult, so I don't blame him for turning out this way.
Yeah, but this is especially a bad written. This is especially a poorly written sword fight. Like, even if it's just parry, thrust, even if it's just as you writing thrust, swings, and parries, it's better to just wherever this is.
Like, why not just have Kratos begin the attack being confident of his shield?
Yeah, it's like, why is he pulling out the? It's like that seems strangely out of character for Kratos.
Well, yeah, and also, let's just we're assuming that this is the Kratos, just. But essentially, the way he categorizes is that the samurai are like way too impatient of swinging their swords, even though they know how shields work. They would know how shield works because they know how walls work and doors, right? And so they would not think, oh, he has like it's basically he's carrying a door to defend himself. So he would actually be. It would actually. The way Kratos would win it was that he would be more aggressive, forcing the samurai to try to parry his swords, but then he can use his shields as an offensive weapon too, to basically get him to be pushed into one on the corner, and then that's like I win.
Yeah, I think this is just strange and uncharacteristic of Kratos.
All right, looks like
I don't think I'd be ever say these words. Is that I find that strange of Kratos. It is for him to not be the first to attack.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Okay.
Drake. Anyway, it's time for Drake and Mifune to talk. So Drake, you're first.
Meta.
I noticed that no one around here has ever gotten the idea to make a shield of wood or metal.
Yeah, yeah, okay. I understand why ninjas won't make a shield, but samurai haven't used the shield, or maybe they have. I just haven't seen
they
it.
have. They're in history that shields were developed,
They're called the Tates.
and they're usually for infantry. They're usually for infantry and or part of defense fortifications.
Yeah,
okay.
They're like these blocks of wood.
All right.
I think they developed better versions. I think they made them heavily out of metal. But anyways,
All right.
Mifune, you're next.
All right. It would have been different if they could use chakra.
Drake, time for you to read a paragraph.
Yes, it would. You samurai are very good, but lack
Samurai? They're not samurai. They're fucking ninjas.
No, these guys are
No. We're talking about samurais now. This final chapters.
Yeah, no, these guys are samurai, but apparently they lack defense, which is strange considering that that's kind of what the samurai tend to do. They wait for you to strike first.
And
What?
just wait and wait. It's the same with the ninjas. Attack, attack, and attack. But little in defense. In the old way to battle, we would form a shield wall and become a rock as enemy waves break on them, holding the line with stabbing with their swords and slowly march forward, walking on the dead and dying enemy bodies.
Here's my counter: giant rock.
Giant rock.
Giant toad. And then also,
Go on.
oh yeah, I would
Go
also.
on.
Can we bring up all the what are the Roman legions that were famously lost
Okay, let's.
due to barbarian tribes who definitely didn't use shield walls and were definitely all about attack, attack, attack. The reasons that the Romans had other systems in place than just shield wall, like they even had a system of cycling through their lines, so that like there were always going to be fresh guys up front.
Yeah.
Huh.
Essentially, cannon fodder for our real guys waiting.
We didn't have much in sword style, as we simply didn't need it. Now with guns, we do the same forming, a shield wall. And behind the shields, soldiers are able to fire at the enemy's force, safe while the enemy force isn't.
You know, a little funny thing. Guns are technically muskets are more effective in a line wall. As you know what a line formation is, it was what replaced the standard shield formation. Essentially, infantry would form up in a line, and they'll all in a row. They'll all fire their guns at the same time, crouch, reload as the line behind them, then fired. They repeated this process until whoever died first was dead. It was very much then that muskets were more of a number game than it was a quality game.
Yeah, and plus it helped a lot. It actually, as opposed to okay, we need all right. Do they like break down the front shields if every soldier has a shield and they're using their guns, and then if a soldier goes down, and then it was like okay, we need somebody, they would have to pick up the shield, move forward, lower the shield, remove the other shield.
It's like I think he needs to review the logistics of his plan. I think he didn't think that part through.
Yeah, or is it just the front guys with the shield? So what happens if you get outflanked?
L-flanked?
Outflanked.
Outflanked.
Yeah, that's the problem with shield walls. They
No.
kind of require them not to be flanked.
Yeah.
They also require shields.
Yeah, and like the thing is that like these ninjas in the battlefield could, use stealth, right? Like use stealth even in an open plane, or use their jutsu. Their goal would just be to try to outflank them and freak them out, because that's how battles usually won. It's a morale's battle.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that there. I will leave this there. It's perfect. I'm just gonna leave it there.
Yep. All right. Let's go.
Okay.
Crocker.
Crocker.
Okay. I can't see because of the comment.
Oh.
Okay, it's after
After seeing our display of power, will you and your samurai
Ninja.
join us?
Ninja, sound more womanly. This is a woman you're speaking.
This is a
Yes, I am being
like a
so.
woman.
Yes, I am speaking her as a woman.
no. You got to say it in a high pitch.
Oh, okay. After seeing our display of power, will you and your samurai join us? As she butters her eyes and licking her lips.
the
Get
samurai.
I think, lady, get the hand out of your dress.
All right. Okay.
I'm in my uniform.
All right. All right.
Mifune.
Okay. The samurais of Land of Iron are now yours. A shameful display.
Shameful display.
Shameful.
Shame. All right, you have to commit seppuku now.
You dishonor.
Take it down. Like,
Holy shit.
yes, I knew one day I needed to do.
Oh yeah, that's the best you can do.
Yeah, like the thing is that I can probably do something like this. I am sounding like this, but it's not like it sounds very annoying.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
Because
no
what's-
shit.
What's more bad?
Yeah, so if we ever find annoying character like the fairy from Ocarina of Time, I keep forgetting its
Navi.
name. Yeah, Navi. So yeah, if we need an annoying Navi voice,
We know who to call.
Hang on, I gotta upload something. Like, again, give me a few. I need to. Alright, and
all right. So let's
well,
just continue. Drake.
My
Meta.
turn. Don't worry about your way being destroyed. Many soldiers from the warrior class maintain their traditional ways,
Wait a minute.
as long as they don't needlessly kill or cripple many just to get an elite few. Kratos is a prime example who came from a warrior people. Soldiers like him only show their melee combat rarely, but when they do, they show what their people are made out of.
Dragon.
All right, I'm back.
alright, it's okay. It's okay. It's
Dragon,
all
your
uploaded.
turn.
Okay, here it is. It's all uploaded. Here it is.
You know the rules, and so do I. Say goodbye.
Don't ask how
Alright.
it has that.
All right.
Mifune.
Okay. What will happen to us?
Drake's turn again.
Yeah.
I would think that you samurais will be officers for the new armies that the lords are building. Once we deal with the ninjas, we will be building an army of people who wants to become a Roman soldier.
I'd rather not. Screw you.
Fuck you, I'd rather die.
I might either join the United States of Finland.
If you don't mind me, I'm actually going to pack up my stuff up at either choose Australia or Japan.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, Japan. They have like mechs. I want to join.
Yeah.
And hey, if you get enough prestige, you may be able to get a stand.
Yeah, if you find the arrows. Unfortunately, in order to find the arrows, you have to go to Hong Kong. It's weird. We have to go to Hong Kong and go through a crazy adventure fighting dealing with the 4 tribes there.
Let's see how that would turn
But
out.
first, you have to learn Hamon, and then you can learn how to get a stand.
Yeah, because that's how you get a stronger stand is by learning Hamon.
Yep.
That or you just find a random stone mask.
Yeah. Oh no! Don't. In that case, you become immortal. You just need. Well, actually, in order to get a stone match, you have to go to South. You have to go to South America.
Yeah.
Or Central America. You got to go there in order to find a stone mask.
Hey, who says that South America doesn't have it?
Well, yeah, essentially anywhere that there's that's where you'll find a stone mask.
Yeah.
You,
Okay. What?
you do know the ninjas will attack.
Crocker.
We know that, and they're gathering together for a mass attack.
Jesus
As
Christ.
she licked
Oh
her
god,
lips.
Yes.
you sound like.
I'm making her as creepy as possible.
Anyways, Mifune.
And you're not doing anything about it.
You go there and avoid the villain.
Aye, aye.
I'm sorry that God, the Pillar Men rule over there.
The fuck are the Pillarmen?
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yes, we're making JoJo. There's a lot of this is we're making JoJo jokes.
Anyways, and you're not doing Mifune.
Ah, okay. By why?
Oh wait, no. Oh wait, so you read
No,
and
that's
you're not.
I already read.
Okay, in that case, I'm Drake.
Yeah. We're preparing to deal with them when they attack. If they attack, the lords will lose their main source of money,
They already lost it.
since they have been raiding villages around them. If they didn't manage to drive us away, few people will be willing to hire them, which leaves only us to attack, and we're ready for them.
But
But
aren't you murdering and enslaving people by the hundreds?
Yeah, how does
But-
that make sense?
But why not attack
Totally
them?
a good PR move.
Crocker.
Oh, this is a long one. Oh no.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
you get a paragraph.
Now it's your turn.
Simple. When they attack us, they'll be throwing at everything at us, holding back. And once the dust is clear, they will see us still here after they give it all they have. It will break their spirit. For they still cling to hope that they can still beat us. Once they see that we can't be beaten by them, many will give up the cause.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh my god.
It has worked for us for so many times in the past, and it's the standard tactics to break the will of an enemy force.
And then
Fuck all of it.
and, I can't do this in my voice, but just in my voice, this is now her sounding like she's orgasming.
And it's standard for the reason it works most of the time, anyways.
Oh
You see, I'm having so much fun by making this woman into a creepy.
A creepy ass bitch.
If only
She
you,
sounds like a yandere.
if only you did this,
Yeah,
if only you did this earlier, then it would have made reading it a lot more entertaining.
Well,
It
the thing
would.
is, remember, at that point, I just wanted to summarize because it was just repeating the same thing. Broken record.
Like a broken record.
Maybe,
Yes.
maybe next time we'll find we could do it a lot better.
Well,
Yeah, we can do it,
hopefully
Yeah.
the Sonner fic will be more interesting than this.
how many chapters is that, Vic?
I don't remember. I think 33, 35.
Sim amount, great.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Only extra chapter.
Mifune?
All right. And if it isn't one of those times,
Drake.
We have a backup plan for that. We always plan for the defeat just in case.
Just in
And,
cause.
just in cause,
Just in cause.
the new character, just in cause.
Welcome to the new game franchise, Just in Cause.
Just in cause.
Anyways, number one, the Romans in my fic are able to beat the ninjas time and time again because of the simple fact that works in real life. They choose the battleground to make sure all the
yes.
yes, it's
Yes, yes, yes. Oh my god.
Well, oh, by the way, we did. Are we gonna play that clip after we finish the notes, or we read the thing?
maybe read the reviews. Then that's when we'll finish it.
All right.
Okay, I think we're past that care about the take village. They simply use the flying stones to air attack the village, and as there isn't that many fighters I've seen, which means the ninjas are weak against air attacks. They also sent a part of the narcotic mountain crash down the village and used the high ground. Well, then they won. They had the high ground.
It's over, Anakin. I have a high ground.
The
We
samurais
need,
are tough.
we
like
need
the
that
ninjas,
as a meme. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground.
but they do have a weakness that isn't about the Romans having guns. It's that as the elemental countries are based on Japan, that the Romans have melee combat huge advantage. Their shields, which is unknown in the elemental lands, or unless they're a movie or filler, no one has ever used a shield in combat. The samurais, like the ninjas, have ever had to fight someone that well protected. Then ninjas have to fight against soldiers who hit behind a large metal wall, which their weapons break or bend on impact unless they have to use super strength. As in the movie 300, the ninjas use storm limits wouldn't get in getting through that kind of fence. It's funny he brings up 300, but then insults the Spartans.
And also 300, the Persians were also a line formation type army. It's just that you have weaker materials to make their weapons other than their swords. Like they use wickered shields.
Wicker shields like the Wicker Man?
Like it was like wooden shields essentially. Like there was some like bronze and like they had shields, but their like armor was in general were not as good as
The
Spartans because the tactics of the armies in the Middle East, like the useful tactics was just to have more guys and then surround it. So the whole point of the battles were how far you can stretch your line and how many guys you can put deep so that they can overwhelm the enemy. Of course, that's like a general overview. There's some complexities about that, but like compare that to Spartans, which was more about a shield wall and be the equivalent of a pincushion where it's all about pushing the person away with your shield wall, while
stabbing at them with a spear.
Yeah, while the Romans were different, where it was more like a mix of both, you may say, where it's where they didn't have to worry about locking their shields together, so they can actually do a lot easier maneuvering, but they still operated on a shield wall in some cases. And one of the reasons the Romans won was that they were very flexible in their command style, but it too had weaknesses. Like there was lots of cases of Roman armies getting overrun.
Like that's their thing. It's like because they never specialized in either, they could get overwhelmed with numbers or a really effective shield wall.
Right, but in general, it was great, except that when something is unexpected happens, it's a lot worse.
Anyways, here it is. Also, Add in Deadliest Warrior, the ninja lost to the Spartan mainly because he couldn't get past the shield. And while behind that shield, the Romans are about.
Oh no!
Okay,
Deadliest Warrior is a fun show, but Deadliest Warrior is like Death Battle for historical warriors.
But it's like they put the ninja out of his element. He's not supposed to fight head on.
Yeah, that's like.
That's being a bit unfair, don't you think? It's like the ninja is all about getting you from the very get-go with a surprise attack. You're not supposed.
It's like putting a pirate with a knight. It's like when the Deadliest Warrior had pirate versus knight. The pirate had, and they gave pirates like weaponry, right? And
pirates had weaponry way before the knights. Well, for pirates, they had like cannons.
Yeah, but they gave him like a blunderbuss and stuff. Like, yeah, it's like sort of like a kind of a close fight, but it's not really good. Like, and then like in season 2, they had the musketeer. A real good match would have been a musketeer versus a pirate. Like that would have been more equal. But they did there are some weird matchups. But anyway, but Deadliest Warrior is not a good comparison of how effective each warrior is realistically, because a lot of the things they did was guesswork and like based on modern pop culture knowledge of these warriors rather than how would they fight. Yeah,
like,
which is fun. It's fun.
Like,
it's fun.
I guess something point. As fun as the concept of knights not ever picking up guns were, historically they did use guns. They were not afraid to pick up a gun.
Yeah,
like,
samurais use guns.
Yeah, it's like, much like the samurai. They didn't care about the honor. You're going to die one way or another. So yes,
The
that
dialogue-
the meme of them going, "Parry this, you fucking casual," is very much real. Anyways, samurai swords are designed to slash their targets rather than stabbing. They're also lighter than sharper than their Western counterparts, which is because in old Japan, no one ever fight using a shield, which the swords of Japan would break and chip on.
No, it's.
Okay, I'll be
this is so full of myths of how katanas work, but
okay. You explain to the audience. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no.
it's actually more complex. They are not lighter. I don't like if they're lighter, it's probably because of their length, and they're not necessarily sharper. Like it's like they're a lot more easier to do cuts with, as opposed to Western swords comparatively, just because of there's like some sword science in there, but arm shields, that's like most weapons. If you use a weapon against a shield, that weapon's gonna break or chip on it. Like that's not how you use swords. You don't even use swords against armor as much. You try to go for the gaps. That's kind of the whole point. And also, you must remember the metal ores isn't found. So, they had iron, but it was a different type of iron. It was based on sand. It was like it's iron sand. That's what their main material was for katanas.
Okay, voice was just
What?
muted.
They
and stuff.
don't use their swords as much as compared to a knight? What?
I don't know. They equally use their weapons a lot.
But
because-
like,
Didn't
did
I
you
use-
look at like European history of like how many weapons that we have that have recorded at least of the variety of weapons that were used by knights compared to Japan? Like Japan is a lot more
Advanced.
slimmer selection, right? Comparatively, because like Western weaponry had a whole lot of specializations.
Hmm.
All right, we have to wait for the Wolfie boy.
In the meantime, let's just chit chat.
Okay.
So, how's everyone's week been?
It's been pretty good. I'm learning how to draw hands.
Oh yeah, by the way, I am gonna place the constructive critique on the private chat for you guys to look at.
Use a font that's more eye popping. That looks like Arial. Go off the free font. Okay, the reason why there's Arial is because it's I think it's the only font that could be used in fanfiction.net. So that's already a
No,
nitpick.
he's talking about the title cards of these videos, of these live stream. That specifically. Like not so much on the text here. It's he basically
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry for using it. Arial. Just
Don't worry, he's doing it out of love. So don't worry.
I'm making these.
Don't worry about it. Like
All right.
like it's your decision, so it's like don't.
You know what I'm mostly excited about? The world building after this.
Oh yeah. We're gonna
Okay.
that, or we'll look up the reviews. Like
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
Yeah. Okay. I just came up with the title because it kind of sounded fun.
Yep. Just Yeah, like again, like much like any criticism, you can just do whatever you want.
Whatever you
It's
want.
I think the biggest one would probably be the colors, just to make sure you can make the color of the title card easier to read. On that,
yeah, but I probably should just a little bit change the color a little bit so it's more.
yeah, and if you really want to do extra work, like maybe have an image associated with a fic as part of the title card, like as the main image, and
No, I think the image itself is fine. But
yeah, it's up to you. Oh man, I wonder what Wolf is doing.
He probably went to go do something. Also, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
All
yeah,
right.
you sound
No.
all right.
And oh, hey, Occupation Army. Hurry back, my wayward wolf. There'll be more torture once you've done.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so what's the secret chat with Nev?
Secret chat. Secret
Alright.
chat.
I am back.
Were you secretly chatting with Neff?
I came back. Okay.
By the way, on the private chat, I did pop in the constructive criticism. So from a guy who, like, on a server I've been posting the streams I'm on with, and so this is his first impression. So
It's more like that's actually something you got to take up with Latvian. He is the one that makes the thumbnails.
yeah, I already told. Yeah.
So
But
what'd you say
anyway,
about what'd you say about katanas that I missed?
Pretty much I just debunked most of the stuff. Like most of the stuff about just how they're used and stuff, and like talking about mentioned how the Japanese swords are made out of like an iron sand, and also like he claims that samurais don't use their swords as much compared to a knight. Yeah, the knight. Like pull out the rack a book of medieval weaponry in Europe. Compare that to samurais. Or in Japan. Europe really loves specialized making special weapons. They would most likely use polearms more than actual swords. Japan, their solution is just to make giant swords.
And battle mechs.
Yes, especially driven by high school girls. But
Driven by that. And
I see what you did there. Secret check with Ness.
yeah, so can you scroll down?
Western swords are heavier and duller because they're meant to fight against people who are protected by a shield, which weapon would need weight and power to get past. Not really. Shields aren't
No.
used. It's more axes and hammers.
Yeah, and
And
polearms.
spears. I was about to pronounce spears yet. Yeah, swords are not really used a whole lot in the western side of the world.
Yeah, swords are just the pistol. Like,
It's
the reason why swords are so common is that like in the Western world, everyone was expected to have a sword.
Protect yourself. But if you're in the army, no. You'll be more likely to use a hammer.
Yeah,
or a
it's
polearm.
for everyday
shovel.
use. Everyday use, you use a sword. Everyday use,
That
you use a
makes no
sword.
sense.
A sword, maybe a spear, maybe your hunting equipment, and maybe your logging equipment. but in terms of self-defense. But for warriors, you use specialized equipment.
Can't they also use shovels as well for defense?
I mean,
And
yeah,
they-
you can. I mean, shovel. I mean, shovel's just a shovel is a weapon, but also a tool. So yeah,
Yeah, the
Those-
army uses shovels.
It would just be funny, like during battles, like I'm gonna hit you with a shovel, then bury you with that same shovel.
You know,
It actually happens.
Oh God!
yes. Anyways, okay, because it is Japanese sword designed to be sharp and nailed. It's like, all right, which if bro, those swords take a lot of time and skill to make compared to a Western sword, which if broke or chipped during battle would take time to replace, compared to the cruder but tougher Western swords. Then there's the Western armor that's just better than samurai armor, as samurai armor doesn't have that much value compared to the Western one. Again, we need to. Circumstances. Japan's on the island. Europe's an entire continent.
Yeah, and also, like, their armor is still pretty good. Armor is still armor.
It's like it's still armor. Like it may not be full plate mail armor good, but it's still not bad armor. It's still something that's going to protect you. Like I would rather have crappy armor than no armor.
And plus, the samurai armor is not crappy, by the way. Like, saying that samurai armor is crappy, like, for like most people, it's very good protection.
They can survive a few blows. Japanese armor is more leather with pieces of metal on it thanks to a lack of iron mines. The heavy armor of Western warriors is much better protection. Think about how many samurai films actually show samurai in full armor. They mostly don't wear armor, as only rich samurais or lords could afford to have them made. As iron was just too scarce. As I said, there was little metal ores to be found on the Japan islands. The importance of their metal ores is why many traditional buildings are mostly made out of wood and little metal in building them.
Also, armor were passed down family heritage.
Oh, okay, I fought an exchange student from Japan who did kendo. I beat him using a sword and shield. All I did was slam my shield into him, forcing him out of the ring. Traditional Japanese sword styles aren't made to fight shielded opponents. Anyone who goes to Japan, you should bring a sword shield to kendo to see how many sword fights you can beat. You'll be surprised with your results.
Kendo is different. Kendo is different.
Kendo is different from sword and shield.
Yeah, kendo is a sport. And plus, again, you gave yourself a shield.
It's like
how small is the shield? Is it like a parrying shield? And like you're basically saying I'm armed for combat versus somebody who's like it's just saying like a military man fully decked out with a gun battling a fully decked out football player.
That's not exactly fair, to be honest with you.
Onto the Springfield. It's like, all right. And that's that. Time to read the reviews, which there is 354.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Let's start.
Are we really reading all of them?
No, we're going to skip some of them. We're going to start from the beginning. So, prepare. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Oh, okay. Actually, let's read this one first. This seems pretty interesting. It's a very recent. It's also a very recent comment. Look, June 4th, 2020.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, these Romans characters in Rome itself seems OP for the reviews I read. Viewed while here, let's see if they can handle other OP/powerful opponents from alternate universes. The opponents: the Holy Britannian Empire, the Empire of the Rising Sun, the Soviet Union from Red Alert 3, Columbia from Bioshock, the Brotherhood of Night, Yinsukyo, the Locust Horde, the United States of America.
Yes.
No,
Chinese Federation, China, the real life version, the lunar capital.
Okay.
Code Geass. That's awesome.
Okay, so I think Holy Britannia will automatically lose because that means we have a Lelouch, and Lelouch will just easily outsmart these Romans instantly.
The Empire of the Rising Sun has giant mechs, so they already win.
That can transform into planes.
And
But-
then also be carrying nukes inside it.
Then
Battle
they,
Earth 3
then they also have hover tech, so...
the Soviet Union don't know about what they're...
They have Tesla weaponry. Put two and
that-
two together.
Uber Tesla weaponry, so weaponry. Colombia, all the soldiers will get addicted to Adam and start killing each other, and Big Daddy will power draw.
Columbia's from Bioshock Infinite.
Oh shoot! Darn it!
You're thinking of Rapture.
Yeah, right.
I think it would actually be a sort of equal match.
Okay, the Brotherhood of Nod. No way in hell you're winning against Nod. Kane
Nope.
is too charismatic to say no.
And isn't like Tiberian Wars like sci-fi, uber sci-fi?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kane knows how to make. Kane has the science, so he could order a Tiberium strike and just lay a mine, just lay down a cold airstrike, and it lays down an entire field of Tiberium, aka infinite resource. If that's not all, Tiberium also grows, meaning it literally becomes a plant. It literally grows out from a field, so it will actually expand, meaning he has an infinite deposit of Tiberium.
Okay. I don't know about the Toho project.
Okay, let me see here.
Do
I
you
mean,
know anything about Toho?
No.
You know what? Hell, let me ask Wolfie, because I
You're
think
Wolfie.
Wrong,
Yeah.
Wolfie. But anyway, Locust Horde. Yeah, the Locust will win.
the United States of America. Are you
Of
suggesting?
course.
Is there a contest?
We'll just drone strike you.
Freedom.
Freedom,
Don't
America.
strike your ass.
The Chinese Federation. They're pretty much the same. They're pretty much real life China. They pretty much make their mechs mass produced. So yeah, they still win.
Yeah,
they're
Yeah.
like,
it
it's
went
still-
Real life China. They'll just steal all the intellectual property of the Roman Empire and make their own version.
Yeah. This is okay. Chapter 34 by Will. This is why the church has survived longer than Rome. They adapted and got better. Go to the Catholic Mass once in a while, or get your info from a non-biased source to make your decision.
Oh.
Can you please finish it? I spent many hours reading this. It's very good, but your view on Christianity is wrong. Sure, they were like that in the beginning, but they too grew up, and they need to require real life evidence for everything related to faith. You say Rome evolved well, so did the church. So don't be a hypocrite about what you say.
Oh.
Ooh, but I would say that they were pretty real life evidence at the beginning. So whatever.
Anyways, why you never finished it was so close. This is okay. Here it is. This is so utterly stupid. Not the story, but rather the energy can be destroyed. That is completely scientifically incorrect. Honestly, it just infuriates me to see you ranting on other people for forgetting basic science. We forget about conservation of energy. Energy can only be transferred from one form to another, not destroyed, or rather used up, as you said so. I get that you probably didn't mean destroy in a literal sense, but please correct that. Thank you. You do realize that the Kages of the land will be too busy fighting each other to be worried if the other to deal with Rome. What the frick? Real life, huh? I'm sorry, but you're a total hypocrite. You claim to be using reality, yet last time I checked, Rome didn't have guns. Unless you're talking about the so-called new Roman legions in modern Italy, which I know you're not. Yes, plot armor is stupid, but the entire premise of this story is based on you pitting the Roman Empire against an enemy it can't conquer. And to counter this, you give Rome a weapon it did not have, destroying your biggest armament in Rome's favor. First off, the Jinchuriki would mop the floor with any legion, especially Gara. If Rome tried to invade the land of the wind, Gara would have an ungodly advantage once they entered the desert areas, swallowing any legions that assaulted his village with massive sand tsunamis. A Byuji Dama would send even the bravest legionnaires fleeing for their worthless lives, and they are forced to consider. Roman legions cannot march too fast, and trying to cut them down will leave them open to attack. It's one of the factors that led to their defeat at the Battle of the Tetraburg Forest. In the end, this story, along with its equally pathetic remake, which also gives the Romans a weapon system they never possessed, is bullshit. And your story summary is based on false advertising. Romans did not have guns. The fact that you give them guns at all utterly destroys the point that you're trying to make. This is not reality. It is you giving the Romans plot armor out of some inexplicable bias. Regardless of the fact that the elemental nations don't like each other, and each major power will be capable of beating back a Roman assault on their own, especially the leaf, the stone, the sand, and especially the Cloud Village, and given how surprisingly well they work together, or even allowing bad writing to take effect, during the Fortunovi World War, they probably form a coalition just to drive out the invaders, annihilate them at the beaches where the Romans can construct even the hastiest of footholds or breastworks. Then again, considering how overwhelming the Shinjuku are, a coalition would likely be unnecessary, since Roman's chances of annexing the elemental nations are non-existent.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Kudos
Thank
to
you.
that guy for calling him out.
Thank you, Pyromania 101. Good
You
chapter,
get
but
a
you-
gold star.
Yep, good chapter, but you didn't mention the Bloodline Purge.
Yeah.
It is incredibly annoying how unlikely your encounter is. It is good that you're doing something different, but you are forcing too much of your opinions in a story that is becoming annoying.
In chapter 10.
It is interesting and refreshing at the same time. This is the second time I read a Naruto fanfic with no BS. Their moments are good, but I don't like how they treat their soldiers as dispensable. Also, numbers is not superior to skill. You can have two arms at the same level as tech, and one having a superior number lost to one with a lesser number. This is because of strategy. I also like to make point that the ability the soldiers are with superior weapons, seeing that they haven't been in a fight for a long time, makes me doubt their competence. I somewhat like these fanfics because you're constantly pointing out how useless the ninja are, which is the fun when the heroes can easily butcher the enemy. Thanks for the idea and a great story. You made an idealistic version of the Roman Empire. You basically deducted all their true qualities, and your hatred for the Spartans was truly pitiful. The Spartans were great warriors. There was a little chance that the Roman with is basically a training gun, eliminating the entire Spartan army. The Spartan numbers were also way higher than 500. You're also forgetting their large slave force, and the alliances that Spartans commonly make with their neighbors. Not to mention Romans were a patriarchal society. Women were used for nothing but political tools and as breeding cattle. Far too disgustingly idealistic.
I don't know. Women in ancient Rome had more rights than just that, but
Well, it's okay. So, a lot of ancient societies, I will say this. A look at their history, you kind of realize is that the lower status a woman ends up being, technically, the more rights she has, the more freedom she has in terms of our values specifically.
Sorry, and back in Rome, the women went to school while the men went to war.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it was more focused on house duties. It was more managing the household.
I have heard that also Spartan women also were trained in combat. Not as
Yes. But and also they also participated in politics in Sparta a lot more.
Yeah.
Because the men was like essentially the permanent
Warriors.
that was expected of Spartans to do is you grow up and you're gonna be trained to become a warrior. That's your life.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's like
And
women
nothing else.
in Sparta were treated well compared to their Athenian counterparts.
really.
Athenian women were not allowed to leave their house without a man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
When-
of the cultures are very different.
Yeah.
It's
Which-
like ancient cultures is like you're going to an alien planet.
Yeah.
There is logic behind their reasonings, but yeah.
All right.
It's like, what the frick did I just stumble into?
Imagine that Sparta is more progressive than Athene. All right.
Whoa. Anyways, yes, it
All
is
right.
realistic, yet plot hole protect the Romans. Realistic, yet ninjas were nerfed and Romans were overpowered. The story is sort of insulting. Yes, I won't read anymore.
Okay.
It really is kind of insulting if you.
The arrogance of ninja. Ninja are conducted to be emotionless, Sokka recited. They are tools. It is innate protocol for them to be wary and cautious. They are exposed to war more often than local soldiers. So if you look down at Eastern culture, you hype the Roman Empire. Has ever heard of Genghis Khan? Oh wait, hang on. I think this is one of those people.
Why do you think the Vietnamese win the Vietnam War? Because of the TV. Wolf.
Okay. Oh, great! You left again.
All right, let's just read.
Top from.
Yeah, we'll just each pick one and then read.
All right. Up
Anyways.
back.
Yep, I'm back. Tweet.
Hey, Wolf, we're gonna. How about we take turns reading?
Sure.
Dragon, you want to take the top one?
Okay. First of all, I'm fucking not reading this because fuck me, it's broken English. Okay, I'm reading the next one.
It's broken.
Alright,
It's broken English.
Okay, I would do it. First of all, you read right well. Close to non-existent grammar mistakes and also nice flow. I read you story because if the summary, I like this writing.
Okay.
But
Oh my god, we're
We should stop right there.
Okay. Let's not do that.
okay. The summary did not match. The Romans had uber pod armor protecting them. They are overpowered not only by background but by plot. By logic, shinobi are supposed to be better than legionnaires, as they were trained at a younger age. Also, they have innate chakra in empowering their bodies. Yet you ignored that and insistent.
Let's not insult a floating pork rammer.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Legionnaires are stronger in melee. Where's the fairness in that? Ninjas are supposed to be better in melee, as legionnaires have guns as compensation. The story is doomed for plot holes as it progresses. How will the ninjas win then?
Good question. They don't.
Spoilers. They don't.
Rock sends you.
Oh wait, that's mine. I think the story you're looking for is Memory Rommel, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, let me see that. Memory Rommel.
Was it about the Romans
I think it's about
with
the
guns?
no, I think it's about it's memory. Okay, here's it's wait, what's memory alpha? Yeah, let me read this right. Oh, never mind. Oh, never mind. This is that's something different. Yeah, no. I think he's bringing up that anime where it's like it takes that Earth jerk to space colonies thing and expands upon it. I still need to look into that. Anyways, what? Okay,
No, Gundam. Okay.
no, it's not. No, not Gundam. It's not a Gundam. It's actually something else. It's
but similar premise.
It's Raku Senju. Meta, that's you.
All right, I think that'll be my turn to read the next part. To be honest, neither the plot nor the characterizations of this story make any sense to me. The Romans are so overpowered that it's actually funny, and you have to barely unpower the Naruto. Character bashing simply shows laziness on part of the author. Also, it's rather funny that despite claiming otherwise, the story is full of plot armors. So you better change the summary, otherwise you'll come across as a hypocrite.
Indeed. Rock Senju, you nailed it on the coffin.
Yep, Rock Senji, yeah. That's exactly. He did not improve.
Okay, next is Naruto Lover. Interesting story with an interesting premise, but I don't agree with all of its points. Seems more like character bash to me.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. This guy's a troll. But sure, let's read his comments. Let's look at this. All right, last feed, you're next.
If you hate Asian culture so much, why do you write a story based on that culture? After all, Naruto is a Japanese manga.
Wait, hold on. Can you just scroll down? I think this is like a series of reviews.
Yes, it is.
It's a Damsuna saga.
Yes! We need to start from the beginning then.
Oh god.
Yes. Yeah, okay, here we go. To the beginning, we shall go. Oh my god.
Good lord.
He did one for almost every chapter.
Hold on. Wait, did he start there? Hang on. Is that him? No, I think it's okay. Yeah, it seems like he started from chapter 6 and then kept going.
Okay.
Wait. Was one of the reviewers having a Nah, probably not.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just saying
Okay,
things.
okay. I was just sorry.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
I'll do
Roll.
it. This story is written by a Western retard for other for other retarded Westerners like you. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Like you, a story like this would reduce the IQ of anyone who reads it. With such ridiculous premise and giant-sized plot holes, only a troglodyte will enjoy a story as bad as this. What more? But this story's numerous plot armors show what kind of bloody hypocrite you are. All right, I need to do something. So just at me on the private chat if you need me.
Alright, Dasunan. Roman army was the greatest military machine of the world? Ha, that's a big joke. Romans simply defeated a bunch of barbaric tribes of Europe. And aside their so-called empire can't hold a candle to any Asian empire. Romans were a bunch of delicate weaklings who quickly thrived on the blood of slave labor. That's why Roman civilization no longer even exists.
Yeah, you know, boys, what you can't delete the reviews.
Wait,
At
you
least
can't delete...
Wait, okay, I can't delete my reviews.
No, you can't delete your reviews. If it's your own story, you can delete your own reviews. You can delete reviews.
Oh, that's
Like,
just...
he admitted to deleting reviews.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like you can become a piece of shit, whatever.
Look, oh my god, look at this.
The song is just beating this fucker. Only foolish, bigoted Westerner. You also being a little bit bigoted towards Westerners, Dusana.
Yeah, I know, it's like,
Yeah.
look at all of this.
I know some Westerners are fucking retarded, but
You should,
don't act like...
you should see his comment about America children. Like, yeah, let me find it. Like,
Oh my god.
like okay. Oh, okay.
Oh god, he's reading multiple reviews.
Oh my god, this is just. Oh, hang on. What? I'm trying to find it right quick.
Oh my god, look at chapter 20's one.
I know. Hang on.
Wait,
I'm trying to find it right quick. Hang on. Because they said something about man, hang on. Oh, there it is. 1/3 children. Oh, down. Crap. I responded it too late. Here's 1/3 children in your country don't know the names of their fathers, which makes America literally a nation of bastards.
Oof.
Oh,
That's deep, dude.
that is fucking brutal.
Listen, sometimes they just went to the store to get cigarettes.
But
And then got shot by some mafia.
No, they're just still searching for cigarettes. Like one day they'll
Okay,
return.
I'm back. What did I miss on some of the review comments?
You don't want to know. You don't
Please,
want to know.
I do.
You really don't.
Okay, hang on. Ninja, look at this. Dasunan, Chapter 18. 1/3 children in your country don't know the names of their fathers, which makes America literally a nation of bastards. It's like his comments are so stupid. It's amazing.
Oh, come on! Wait, hold on. But then, what do you Americans know about culture since you don't have one? Wrong. By the way, you're wrong. Without your wealth and machines, you guys are nothing but a bunch of cavemen of pretending to be civilized.
That's sometimes true. When
It depends on which part. Before pointing fingers at Asian cultures, why don't you look at your pathetic society?
who made this?
Completely immoral and obsessed with sex. That kind of.
That's really funny. Come from an Asian.
Yeah.
If this guy's from Japan, then it's just extremely hypocritical.
Yeah,
Oh
a
my
society
God.
which dehumanizes women through your rampant pornography. Yeah, well, at least our society. Well, I won't say this. Our society is equal with yours. Is that pornography has caused our birth rates to go into replenishing our population levels.
Ouch.
Ow.
Ouch. Just like,
And
ouch.
unlike America, Japan doesn't accept immigrants.
Oh my God. Look at chapter 19. So basically, this story is a nonsense explained for all to see the hubris of foolish Westerners. Remember when the Westerners were hanging around from trees like monkeys? The Asians were creating great civilizations and writing philosophy and theology.
You know, at one point,
Theology, yes, theology, really, really stellar. I'm gonna clap on your. Oh yes, theology, like reincarnation.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Like this guy makes the. Who's worse, the creator or this piece of shit?
This guy is hilarious as opposed to creator.
like at least he's entertaining.
Yeah. Sounds like someone needs liberating.
Yeah, liberating from this world.
America, fuck yeah.
Murderka. Yeah.
Anyways,
Are we going from? Oh yeah, we're supposed to go backward.
no, it's like it's just my God, it's hilarious. Like
Just
everyone,
hear-
I want you to read. I want everyone here to read. It's like if you want to read these reviews, do it. Like read those series reviews in your own time. We'll immortalize Tasuna as the only thing that made us laugh throughout this entire fanfic.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Even if he's a
Well,
bit
actually,
of a
there were some parts that were just revealed that we were just like so astounded of how dumb it was.
Oh,
Like,
oh my God!
like a
here's a-
wingering.
oh my God! Here! Oh my God! Here's an idiot.
the
Oh, I'll read this. You claim that this story will have no plot armors, yet you give Roman army modern weapons in inexplicable manner. This simply shows your hypocrisy. Frankly, this story smacks of Western supremacist racism.
What
Period.
the fuck is this?
Oh, I agree that modern weapons can kill ninja, but why Romans were chosen to be antagonists of ninjas when gunpowder was actually invented by China? Your knowledge of basic science is questionable too. One of the basic laws of physics is that energy can never be destroyed or created. Though I agree that it will be possible to kill a tail beast with enough power, as I never believe that they are truly immortal or beings of energy. Yeah, and the mangaka apparently agreed with you. But if they were,
Yeah.
then logically speaking, no weapon will work against them. Finally, what irks me is the premise of stories that the Roman army were the greatest military machine of the world, because they weren't, even if modern armies are inspired by them. What many people don't know that apart from so-called barbarians like Huns, Goths, Vikings, Vandals, etc., the Romans were also defeated many times by civilization like the Parthian Empire, the Sassanid Persian, the Arabic Caliphate, and so on. Yet in Dedius Warriors, the Spartan did defeat the ninja, but the ninjas of Narutoverse are nothing like normal ninjas. They are superhumans, and even a Geni of Narutoverse can make mincemeat of a Spartan warrior, period. Finally, those who think that melee style combat cannot defeat modern armies simply look at the Anglo-Zulu War.
It is moving up. Yeah, between insulting him he actually does bring up good points.
Yeah.
But this is funny.
Yeah, this is really funny.
Anyways,
This is good catharsis.
like look right
Okay.
here. Here it is. Chapter 10. Read this one.
You want me to read it?
Okay. Okay, let me read it.
All right.
Listen, moron, I belong to the same low caste as you. The fuck? Yes, I am not whining about it. Instead, I have made a nice life for myself here in India. Why the fuck you would live in India? I'm far more powerful and happy in my own country than I have ever been in your beloved West.
Never think I
well,
could ever be.
okay, I kind of agree. I kind of love like living in Latvia more than in US, mainly because of it, mainly because there's not a lot of murder. Only losers like you got to go to West because you can't compete in. This is just Indian supremacy.
Indian supremacy.
Yeah, this.
Man, so we gone from like the author, who's a Western supremacist, then we got Sonon, which is a Japanese, an Asian supremacist, and now we got an Indian supremacist. This is really bringing out the supremacy in people.
The battle of the supremacists.
It's,
Whoever wins, we
listen,
lose.
every person here is listen. All of them are idiots. For I vouch for troop supremacy, human supremacy.
Yes, we shall not let the I forget the line. We shall not let the Xenos to live unregulated.
Unregulated.
Well, my opinion is that we should wipe out all Xenos.
But I have some friends who are Xenos. I just want them in regulation, heavy regulations.
Especially, look at this. We'll keep the Eldar women. How does that sound for you?
Eldar women.
Only some xenomorphs too. We'll just keep a xenomorph colony in heavy.
No,
Oh, right.
no, we nuke Xenos off the face of the planet. They don't. They don't do. They're an infestation.
What, Xenomorph?
Yeah, Xenomorph from the Alien franchise.
Yeah, actually, these aren't the rules I want.
Honestly, no.
But yes, keep the Eldar women.
Okay, the Dreamer in the Darkness. He uses the prop of the Caterra. Whatever name that cat bitch's name is from She-Ra. Jesus Christ. Okay. I don't know. Many katana were shown as surprisingly durable, able to do greater damage than the Western swords. Maybe. About using a shield tripping odds were matched against the kendo practitioner. This may be true, but I'm not sure if one match against a kendo student makes enough proof that all matches would end that way. Most Iron Country samurai, at least in manga, except Mifune. Okay, but he's probably some sort of a traditionalist because of his age. Were in battle. Semi-futuristic full body armor. Star Wars comparison has been made by fans. It seems to be made by very light and durable alloy, though it seems more like plastic. It's some very durable synthetic material like Temflo. They sorry, but this.
Oh, Teflon. It's the material that is used for pans to make them non-stick. I think.
Okay, but this, along with the broken start, this seemed like a fantastic Western culture. Can you guys shut the fuck up about the Western supremacy? Just want to blow my brains out.
I find all kinds of supremacy stupid. If it's not human supremacy, then it's worthless supremacy.
Even if you take it this if even unironically, that sounds correct.
Well, this is what the term I wear.
So there were supremacists in so there were samurais in Naruto.
Yep. That's what they wear.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Looks like a mix
Except
between
for
Darth
the,
Vader and Shredder.
Is what are they like? Their
It's a
under
Shredder
armor is a bit weird.
Shredder armor?
No, I'm talking about the under, like below the main chest plate. On that, like that looks like a huge area exposed.
Yeah, that's kind of stupid.
Like, this is what here's Mifune. This is what he wears.
Okay.
It looks kind of traditional.
It looks a bit better, honestly, than the main grunts.
Good lord,
Because
his beard looks like he can cut through anything.
His beard is a katana.
Well, no. His beard is his stand.
No.
It looks like a fucking drill. Just ready to.
It's basically
True.
Love Deluxe, but beard.
Anyways, next. Chapter 4.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It looks like the same criticisms over and over.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all about Western supremacists.
Yeah, like he's a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
probably
Yeah,
there's
I guess
some Cradle
yeah, I get-
fans.
knows?
Yada. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So,
that's-
by the way, could we play the clip since we finished
Yes.
this?
Yes, we shall. So, everybody, we are now officially over with this.
生ぬるいぜ行くぜダメ押し
Yes.
Yes.
Also, since technically at the time, so Latvian Dragon, can you please pull up the map on your? Can someone pull up the map on your end?
okay.
Pull out the map. I think it's more like we want to
Pull out my map. I'm gonna
pull
pull
up the
out my.
spreadsheet so we could just focus more on like we pick a specific region of the world and we do some more details.
Now pulling up
Okay.
my Google. Jimmy, I'm going to pull up my Google Drives because now is the time to do more world building.
Yeah,
Sure.
building.
Yeah. So like there's some regions that I want to do a bit more detail, like make actual maps for just because
Okay, I showed
More
you
fun.
the map. Wait. Yeah,
It's
I showed.
I
Okay.
wolf have yeah. right.
Okay. There we go.
And since we're not going to do any editing for it, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
not
that's-
gonna be for long. I pick mainly because I'm
Tired.
okay. Let's sort of.
Yeah, we could just do a final thoughts, but later. But
So, yeah.
so this is the
Okay.
world that we created because of this fanfic
Yeah,
that we purposely made to be as stupid as possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
out of all the. Although I will give him one credit, he did give us. He given us an opportunity to world build.
And have fun. This is the real fun. So, which
Yes.
part of the world should we do?
Well, let's focus on. I say let's focus on the Russians now.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So what I think I would want to do is readjust what year we're doing it on.
All right. I think
So-
it's like a non-specific date. Like it could be taking place anytime.
So are we saying Middle Ages or
Here's another question. You think by then the Russians are making vodka?
Well, yeah, it's one of the few things that they
yeah,
actually
let me check
Yeah, they exploited so much they traded it with Pepsi.
vodka. Let's just check the history. It's just water and alcohol. So
It's just water mixed with alcohol.
No,
Yeah.
I have an idea for.
it was developed in Poland since the early Middle Ages.
Oh, so Poland will be home to vodka.
Oh, so Poland made vodka?
It looks like it.
Polish vodka.
It originated in Poland, Russia, and Sweden.
Yeah, that's true. Pepsi got its own navy. Then they just sell it to some Scandinavian army.
I feel like each Sweden, Poland, and Russia, they just have their own. They have this giant building, and inside of it, it's just wall to wall with vodka.
That's those countries nowadays.
I don't know. My country's not that heavy on vodka, for what I've seen. Maybe
Oh.
definitely Poland and Russia.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend.
No, not really. You didn't offend me.
So So what year do we think we want to take place? We still want to do 1500s?
1500s. Yeah, I think that could be the best way. Like,
Okay.
that's the best option for the time date. We could also set it into 2000s if you want
This is
to.
the modern day. There's World War II. Like World War One and Two never happened. It's just that everyone's just stagnant.
Yeah, it's like a weird place where there's technology like phones, computers, and whatnot. Even modern day firearms, but there's also something like demons, gods.
We established that Tesla is alive, so
Yeah. So are we just doing? Do we really need to establish the whole Tesla thing?
Why? What about Tesla?
He was mentioned in the fanfics.
Yes, I know.
Hold on.
Along with another person, I'm trying to remember who.
Oh boy. What do you think of the map, Meta?
It's really good.
Yeah, it looks. I made it my okay. I colored most of it. I colored it. The blue one is somewhere. The Baltic Alliance.
Ah.
All right.
And I'm guessing red is Rome.
Yes.
We made it like it covers almost entirety of Europe, except
for Switzerland.
because you don't attack Switzerland. Don't step on Swiss.
Switzerland's
step
are
on
like
Swiss
Warhammer
cheese.
dwarfs.
Suddenly you'd be turned to Swiss cheese.
Yes.
Swiss cheese.
Essentially, yeah. Swiss cheese is a big thing there.
No,
That makes sense.
They even have a machine gun that is called a Swiss cheesernator.
Really? Are we talking about real life or the parody?
This one. Like
This
Oh.
one. You know,
Swiss
yes,
cheeseinator.
yes, they have a Swiss cheesenator. It's essentially
it's essentially a giant bolter. Machine gun bolter.
But the thing is that it shoots a small shell and then it detonates in front of you and explodes into multiple mini shells that then cuts hole into you, making you look like a Swiss cheese.
Yep.
They designed it for over. It took them 20 years, but they managed to design the perfect one. So yeah, it will kill you in an instance.
Just imagine. As soon as it fires on you, you turn into you suddenly turn into an actual Swiss cheese.
No. That's the works of the Druids.
Exactly.
Of the Swiss Druids.
Yeah.
The Swiss Druid. And every night they celebrate and then eat the cheese, which is them.
But anyway, so do we want to focus on Russia?
Yeah, sure. Let's focus a bit on Russia. Then let's go down to the Zulus next.
Sure.
Zulu.
All right. So, what type of what are cool Russian empires?
That's a bit difficult.
There's been a few. I think only according to my memory, I don't know. Hang on. Russian.
Wait, didn't they had a guy who was hard to kill?
Yeah, that was Rasputin.
There's only one. There's only one Russian Empire.
Oh, okay. Let's just see. Oh, Grand Duchy of Moscow was around this time period.
Wait, who was the guy's name again? The one that's hard to kill?
Rasputin.
They poured poison to his wine, and they had to shoot him till he was dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even after he died, he moved after being burned.
Yeah, so they had to. So they threw his corpse into a lake,
Yeah.
as well as chopping it into bits. You know,
Wasn't
I
he-
told.
Wait,
just imagine there's a price if he still turns out to be alive this day.
Right.
He-
Good
he's-
lord, this guy's hard to kill.
Okay, so the Zardom.
but they do have his But as evidence, they probably, believe it or not, they actually pickled his penis.
Yeah, wait, for real? I thought it was
Yes.
only a myth.
Yes, they pickled his penis.
Ew. Eh.
Yeah, so anyway, so it looks like it would be the Grand Duchy of Moscow.
It just expanded into all of Russia.
Yeah. The Great
Yeah,
Duchy
pretty
of
much.
Serbia.
Yeah, pretty much, because the Tsardom actually it slowly transitioned into the Tsardom of Russia, Tsardom of Rus, starting from Ivan the Terrible, which was in 1547, and it then over time by 1700s it covers all the territory that we now know as Russia.
Wait, wasn't there another family too that got slaughtered?
Romanov.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that happened centuries later.
Yeah. So yeah. So we just made their territory a bit bigger.
Yeah, very big.
Okay.
Like they fought off against the Mongols and stuff. So
Oh boy.
okay, so here's the question. Who are their main enemies? Who are they fighting? These Russians are fighting against.
Mainly the
well,
Baltic Alliance.
Well, Rome is close to them, and nobody likes Rome.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, nobody likes Rome, but it seems like the Russians are more tolerant of Rome, I would say. But yeah,
I
the
feel like
Baltic
they don't
Alliance,
like-
because their capital is right near them.
I feel like they don't want to be like in someone else's problems, but they just want to deal with their own for now.
Yeah, but maybe it's they don't like the Baltic Alliance because the Baltic Alliance is trying to get Russia involved.
It's like, don't bring us into your shit just because you're losing.
Yeah, it's not like I'm more like thinking that Russia just going to engulf all of Europe and including the Baltic Alliance, because it's basically what they did in our real world.
Yeah, but I would also say that it seems they're competing against Japan as well for the way eastern end. But it's not as much of a concern right now because of the whole distance from the capital thing. They also don't like the Mongols, so they want to keep control of those guys.
Isn't there? Wait, what's Russian mythology?
We don't know much about Slavic religions.
Yeah. All right.
I meant-
okay.
Like, what, mythology?
Slavic mythology. Okay. Can I leave now? Or?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
you
you can.
Yeah, I think we can end this. I think we can end this here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll stop sharing.
Yeah, we'll deal with more world building another time. Until
On
then,
another
everybody.
day.
Yes.
Right.
Next Saturday.
We're
go back
gonna
to-
respond. We're
gonna
going
do
back to Slipknot to Dora.
And then after we're done with that fanfic, we're going to go over to Gatehammer Fantasy Battles. Tune in for that time. So until then, everybody, see you all next time.
Yeah.
Peace out, everyone.
Peace out.